All right, it's weather for Weather Geeks time Thursday evening. What a day this has been. I walked in the door, put my stuff down, got the computers fired up, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I needed to be on TV. We had a tornado warning in parts of Trumbull County. Not to make too much light of the situation, but it was a rocking and rolling start to the day. So I ended up talking on TV for over an hour and a half, I think, straight, and it just was not something we expected today. We had a subtle couple of boundaries interacting, a little lake breeze outflow boundary along with a warm front pushing through the area, just enough to sprout a couple of isolated storms. But due to the atmospheric conditions, the wind aloft, we did have some rotation. You're going to see that rotation on this time-lapse video. I shot this from our camera in Niles. Notice, there it is. There's the twisting. This is a rotating wall cloud, and look how it starts to lift up through the atmosphere as the storm weakens and pushes away. But this was some legit rotation, and this might have even spawned a tornado in parts of Geauga County. Watch this again. You can see that spin to the north of Niles earlier on today. The rotation was strongest certainly up in here in Geauga County and far western parts of Trumbull County, where you see the kind of brighter blues here. That's stronger rotation than the darker blues. Thankfully, the rotation continued to kind of weaken as this pushed into central parts of Trumbull County earlier on today. A lot of wind damage reports from western parts of Trumbull over into Geauga County. This is around Farmington. We had some trees down here. Once you get over towards Middlefield, this is where we had some roof damage on a structure, a possible tornado. The Weather Service might go out and survey parts of Geauga County, especially around Middlefield, tomorrow. They may do a survey and determine whether or not that was an actual tornado. And yeah, I mentioned, kind of a warm front across the region today. It was warmer today. It was more humid as expected. That warm front is now lifted up in here, and dew points have shot up into the lower 70s. Say goodbye to that really comfortable air we had last night and first thing this morning. It's coming back for the weekend. Here's the cold front that will bring it for the weekend. It's right here. It's real easy to find this evening. 91 in Wichita and 70 in Dodge City. This is the same front that's going to produce a pretty good chance for some showers and storms here by the end of the day tomorrow. Now, most of tomorrow will be hot and sunny and breezy, and dew points way up in the upper 60s. It's really going to feel like July, and this is probably the last hurrah for summer. I think we're gonna be. It's probably going to be until next spring before we see a day like we'll have tomorrow. A really, really warm day, and that'll help to fuel some of these storms ahead of this front. Now, you'll notice kind of the nature of things on our model here. This isn't a super thick, obvious squall line on the latest run of the modeling. It's a little bit broken in nature. This is, as I talked about on this video last night, this is coming through at a time of the day that isn't ideal for severe weather. I think the conditions are still pretty good for severe weather. What I mean by that is they're still pretty favorable. Favorable is the word I'm looking for severe weather tomorrow. We're not rooting for it, that is for sure, so I don't want to say good. But anyway, that being said, it's not ideal. If this front were coming through at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, it would probably be a little more ideal for those storms to get as tall in the sky as they possibly could. The storms will then push away in the evening, and we'll be left with a mostly cloudy sky overnight. Now, the instability tomorrow, let me back this up. During the heating of the day, the instability will be pretty high, but at this point, our cold front's still way out here. Now, as we get into the late afternoon and into the evening, our cold front approaches, but notice the atmosphere is not quite as unstable at this point. So yes, I think the ingredients are there for some pretty good thunderstorms. Maybe the risk is a little lower because of the time of day it's coming through. Plenty of wind energy in the atmosphere tomorrow. This is a low-level jet up at about 5,000 feet. That will probably deliver some winds right in through here in the purple. Probably deliver some winds up at 50 to 60 miles per hour at 5,000 feet above our heads. Our storms don't have to get too tall in the sky to bring down some of that wind energy. So I think wind is our primary concern with our storms tomorrow evening. I have that easily number 1 on our list of threats here. Secondary threat, flash flooding. I'm not going to play this up too much. These things will be moving along pretty quickly, although they could dump a pretty decent amount of rain in a short amount of time because there's so much moisture to wring out of the atmosphere tomorrow. Prime time between 5 and 9 p.m., not great for high school football tomorrow evening. I've gotten a lot of questions about that, and rightly so. There may have to be some lightning delays at some of our local stadiums tomorrow evening with the timing of this. Our highest chances for showers and storms right around and maybe just before kickoff, and even up through 8 o'clock or so, storms are still pretty likely. I think the rain chances and the lightning chances overall will decrease as we go past, say, 8:30, 9 o'clock for Friday evening. So that's kind of my thinking right now. Of course, we're going to have frequent updates on this tonight and into the day tomorrow as well. Look at the weekend forecast, though. We've got 87 in the forecast tomorrow and 64 on Saturday. What a difference. And it's going to be a pretty autumnal day on Saturday, ironically, or appropriately enough, I should say, because autumn officially does begin Saturday evening. Sunday looks like the pick of the weekend. A beautiful day. Mostly sunny, a comfy 70 with low humidity, just beautiful on Sunday. And, you know, sometimes we refer to this as a dirty high. Nothing nothing to put your mind in the gutter about, but a dirty high basically means, you know, a lot of times under high pressure you expect pristine, crystal clear skies. Sometimes high pressure provides a little bit of an inversion aloft that traps some low-level moisture, and sometimes that manifests itself in low-level clouds that are hard to scour out, even though high pressure is fairly nearby. That'll be the case on Saturday. I think it's going to be a pretty cloudy day overall, even though that high is skirting by to our north. Looks like this front will stay far enough to the south on Sunday that not only do we stay dry, I think we'll be fairly sunny as well. Definitely a cloudier day once you're south of Interstate 70 on Sunday. All right, so the equinox coming up for Saturday evening. A reminder of what the deal with this is. Tilt to the earth. We're tilted at about 23 degrees against the axis, and the summer solstice is, of course, in the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year. That's when the sun's most direct rays are over the Tropic of Cancer. During our winter, the start of our winter in December, the sun's most direct rays are over the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. And of course, during the equinoxes in March and September, the sun's most direct rays fall mostly over and near the equator. And autumn officially begins here in the northern hemisphere Saturday evening at 9:54 p.m. And wow, what a pattern this is as we go into late September and October. I'm not going to go into great detail on this because I've been touching on this a lot this week. That the last few days of September and the first week of October looking pretty cool, not cold probably, and the highest anomalies or differences from average are probably up here in the upper Midwest. But still, this is a true autumnal period, it looks like, coming up as we wave goodbye to September. Days like tomorrow will be a distant memory coming up in a couple of weeks as we head into that much cooler pattern. Thanks for watching tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Again, more updates on the severe weather threat coming our way Friday evening, coming up this evening online and on social media. And Chris Serenelli is in for Emily tomorrow morning. I'll, of course, have you covered on Friday evening.